Role players taking stock of the industry following a couple of days of the torching of trucks that we've seen happen in various provinces across the country. We know right now that we have about 15 of those trucks that have been torched, and these are at the main corridor and arteries, and those that are here for the Southern African Transport Conference have raised their concerns as some of the business people here will then have to count their losses looking at what has been happening and the infrastructure and some of their facilities that have been under attack. I'm going to bring into the conversation now just Mr. Lalgy, who's coming through from Lalgy Transport. This is Kasamo Lalgy, who'll just let us in on their concerns. We know very well that you are in the logistics space, you're in the transport space. We're taking stock right now. Some of your fellows are counting the losses, looking at the torching of these trucks that have been a cause for concern over time. Maybe let us in on what you guys do as Lalgy, and then we'll go into this issue of the torching of these trucks.
Okay, we as a Lalgy Transporter, we one of the biggest transporter in the SADC countries. We run all the SADC countries. We're based in Mozambique. We're here in this conference to empower women in the transport.
So we know very well that then you guys do a cross-country kind of logistics in terms of what we see moving from Moz into South Africa and those goods. So your trucks, some of the trucks that are on the road and trying by all means to ensure that there's trade between these two countries. We've seen these trucks being under attack over time. Here just at home, looking at about 15 of those trucks that were torched overnight, and some of them torched over the weekend coming into this week. Let us in and react with us as to what has been happening here.
Yeah, this is a huge impact on our transport companies. I mean, for all transport companies, it's this torching of trucks is causing us a huge loss and the damage on our profits, our drivers, the safety of our drivers. All these issues is affecting us hectic, and is getting worse and worse day by day. That we're not feeling safe even to deliver the goods. We don't deliver in time because the roads gets blocked. Anytime the trucks get torched. Lot of protesters in different areas in the corridors. We run, for example, cross-border Mozambique to South Africa, and now we got issues with the borders delays, which the drivers they stay like 2-3 days to cross the border. So with these issues of torching the trucks and the damage of our profits, if insurance doesn't cover it, it's a big loss of our equipment. It's our driver's life, and we live on worries. We're not safe anymore.
Yeah, I was going to come in there to say that, are we seeing you then counting the losses more than the benefits, looking at these goods, where then when you dispatch a truck, you are always just crossing your fingers to ensure that at least it comes back safe, looking at the fact that over time there have been these attacks?
Yes, correct. We always make sure that the trucks must go and come back safe. But with all this issue, we work with our hearts. I mean, worried. I mean, we work worried. We don't know if our driver will come back safe or not, if we'll be dead or not. So we just take our own risk, just sending the trucks to come and load, go back.
What does this do or mean for relations between South Africa and Mozambique in terms of those business relations? We know exports and imports and also these goods then would tend to see both economies benefit here. And these interferences then really would then dent or hamper some sort of progress where the economy is concerned. Are we seeing just some sort of considerations or a couple of things that you need to think about or put into consideration before you can even dispatch a bus or a truck to come into South Africa for those goods?
You know, South Africa and Mozambique, in a good relationship, a huge relationship, which is bringing huge benefits to both South Africa and Mozambique, which is what we're happy about. I mean, but with all these issues going on in South Africa, the crime is going on higher. It's impacting on our economy for both countries. So what we're expecting, the economy we're expecting, we're not seeing it happening due to all these issues.
What would you like to see happen? Because we saw the Minister of Transport saying that there are concerted efforts with the Minister of Police to try and by all means to get to the bottom of this, also to cushion the economy. What would be your expectations as those that are trading within this space?
No, my expectation is it's there. We must be positive and think positive that things will happen, will change. Everything will become to better. So it's what we're looking for, what the minister, she said. So we're looking forward to these things happen. And so the economy can change, can increase, can grow in both countries.
Lalgy Kasamo, thank you very much, sir, for your time, and everything of the best is coming through there just from Lalgy Transporters, talking about the challenges that they've experienced over time where this torching and attacks on trucks are concerned. And we know very well that they are operating in Mozambique. So here, just looking at a focus just on the relations between the two countries where the exports and imports of goods are concerned, but them saying that it's high time that we get it right because then we can't afford to see really their drivers living on the edge whenever they are on the roads, and the delays that will then come with threat assessments that will be conducted here before a bus or a truck rather can be dispatched here. I'm Katlego, Legodi, SABC News in Pretoria.